You wanna enter my room without knocking because you're my parent? Okay. This story begins when I was 13. I am now 18. We had recently moved to a new house at this point and my door no longer had a lock on it. Because of this, I requested my mom and my stepdad knock before entering to avoid any awkward scenes. No dice. My stepdad's words were, "I'm your parent so I don't need to knock." What are you hiding? This made 13-year-old me very angry as I cared about my privacy a lot. I went to my dad's the weekend after and he said this to me. That sparked inspiration. If you don't want your stepdad to enter your room, make him never want to enter your room without knocking again. Cue the MC. When 13-year-old me got home from school one day, I proceeded to strip. I sat on my bed playing my 3DS and waited for the moment to come. Of course, about 30 minutes into Pokemon Stadium, my stepdad barges in. "Hey, I need you to take out the what the fuck." He slammed the door at that point. "Why the fuck aren't you wearing clothes?" 13-year-old me, being a smartass, decided to say, "Well, it is very hot in here." Quote, I'd like to point out at this point that I live in a southern state of the US and it gets very hot during most months. And I did ask that you knock. Obviously, knocking was a frequent thing for every single room in the house at that point. And oh yeah, my mom bought me a hook lock for my door after that. Sorry if this was short. I have more stories but I figured my first should be something I'm sure we've all gone through at some point. Edit. Wow, I did not expect this many people to see this. I don't know whether to feel embarrassed or proud. Lol. To clarify, because someone asked and I realize it could have caused confusion. No, it wasn't the original Pokemon Stadium. It was called something and then Pokemon Stadium. Maybe Ultra Pokemon Stadium? Something along those lines. And also, no. My stepfather never had any sexual reasons for this. My entire life he just enjoyed being a controlling, manipulative ass. Edit 2. It was Pokemon Super. Mystery Dungeon. Not Stadium. When I was a young teen, my mom refused to knock as well. Until she walked in on me rubbing one out. And oh yeah, my mom bought me a hook lock for my door after that. You'd better believe mom and stepdad had a long conversation about the incident. Hopefully everyone can look back on it and laugh. My daughter, 14, told me that not only am I one of the few moms in her friend group that knocks, but I am the only one who waits for the okay to enter. I told her that I did not need to interrupt the personal time that I refuse to believe is happening. And never once proof may occur. I also told her that if I was concerned I still have the right to search her room. So far I've never been concerned. Knocking on a door before entering a room is one of those decent person proper manners kind of common sense things that should be drilled into everyone. There have been so many occasions when I'm in a room, i.e. the bathroom, and people immediately try to open the door. I've had the misfortune of forgetting to secure the lock on the door. Extremely embarrassing for me, but I've noticed that those people will knock more often afterwards. This could have backfired badly. Glad it worked out for you, but not a strategy I'd recommend. Source. Had a creepy step-parent and a sister. 40 meters here. I don't even knock on my stepdaughter's door. I just text her if I want something. It's just more comfortable for everyone that way. Her privacy is respected and I don't have to be grossed out by the sight of the goblin cave full of weak old dirty dishes that is her room. That definitely would stop someone from bursting into your room without getting labeled a certain way. Very well played. I make it a point to knock and always ask my stepkids first if I can enter. As far as I'm concerned, their rooms are their private personal space. And I have no right to be in there unless given their permission. That applies exponentially more towards my stepdaughter above all else and should have gone without saying in your scenario. Great example of MC. Good job. My parents took the locks off the doors because us siblings kept locking each other out of our shared rooms. The 2 boys in one room, us 3 girls in the other. On the flip side, my paternal grandparents had to remove all door locks in the house because great-grandma had dementia and it got to the point she'd forget how to unlock the door. It made knocking on the bathroom door at their house extremely important. This is gonna be a great family story when you are older to make your SD feel awkward during Thanksgiving. I was a stepdad to girls. I would never enter their room without knocking. I recall my girlfriend's kids were very young when their mother and I started dating. We were all good friends, both the mom and her kids and myself. The youngest was 7, so even after we stopped dating we stayed friends. Their mom is the only person I dated that I'm still friends with today. Anyway, I saw her kids grow through grade school and high school, go off the join the service and head to college. When I was visiting one day, we were all going out to celebrate the youngest's 16th birthday. I think it was long time ago. Their mom was getting ready to go and asked me to tell the girls to get moving. There were 2 of her kids' 2 sisters and their female cousin up in their bedroom. So I went upstairs. The door was open, so I walked in saying, "Let's get moving, your mom wants to go." Then I froze. The youngest kid, the one I had known since she was 7, was standing facing a mirror with no shirt or top on of any kind, just bare from the waist up. Her cousin and sister were standing next to her. I quickly said, "Excuse me," loudly. I didn't see anything other than the back of her torso. Thank God. And she didn't even turn around. She said, "That's okay." She didn't even flinch or react. Like it was nothing at all. Her sister and cousin giggled a bit and I quickly left and headed back downstairs. I reminded their mom to make sure the girls shut their door when changing and told her why. She just laughed too. Man, I was really embarrassed. My parents always knocked. For that I am grateful. Loved the story. Southerner not knocking before going into someone's room? Must be from out of state, JK. I'm glad you got that figured out though. Without too much family strife. Good on you. Using your knockers to inspire knockers. In college I shared an apartment with a guy who either never knocked or would knock but not wait for an answer. I myself had a habit too. After a shower, I wouldn't get dressed right away. So there I am at my desk, back to the door, completely naked, and I hear a knock and the door opening. I spin around in my chair and make eye contact. He slowly backed out, closing the door behind him. That was the last time he entered without knocking. I would have been doing way more. Yes. Even at 13. Live this story. Even Timmy Turner's dad was slightly better about this. I'm confused. 3DS, but Pokemon Stadium?
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. Epic Aircast is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.